parish people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I did some of them.
Okay. How long ago did you write the history?
That was in what year now? I think it'd be in perhaps in 52, 60.
Well, can you tell me about the people that made up the parish?
It was just the district, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that I did. And, well, how I don't know what I can tell you now, because I've had a stroke here lately,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it's shortened my memory in lots of ways. Well, the different Indian River, the different families, you know, gave a description of each family
Mm-hmm.
that was in Indian River. It's a district.
Yeah.
And that was our school district. So I wrote, you know, something about each of the families.
Mm-hmm. Were there quite a few Irish families in the district?
I don't know how many Irish there was now, but there'd be some, but it's mostly a Scotch settlement.
A Scotch settlement, isn't it?
Yeah, where the people, a lot of the people that came out from Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
some families, they were the beginning of the district.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they went on from there to expand. When they came over here, there was just a couple, I don't know whether it was 2 or 3 families that came out, and they lived here first, and then they expanded from there, and some of them went to Grand River,
Mm-hmm.
and the others stayed. Two families stayed in each place, I think, first, and then they expanded, and they more. But now they're kind of dwindled out again. Not as many there as there was.
And when they first came, I imagine they settled it along the river because there wouldn't be any roads. Or
Yeah, there wasn't any roads. And then they worked inland to get the settlements going, you know.
Yeah. Was it mostly a farming district?
Oh,
or?
yes, it was a farming district. Yeah, first. And fishing, some fishing. And that was the main thing, I think, that they did.
The Scottish families, then, would they be Catholic as well, or were they Catholic
They
families?
were Catholics. They were Catholics.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were all Catholic. I don't know if there's there's not right there. I don't think there's any Protestants among them. They were just the Catholic families that came first.
Did you ever come across anything about what they did for entertainment, or You know, would they get together for dances or for...
Well, in our years they did. That used to be the main source of entertainment because I used to have dances at the house, you know.
Oh, yes.
And like that when my family was small, and young, they liked it, and they also took part in it because the boys used to be violinists, you know. And
in your own family they were?
In my own family, yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
My oldest son he was only 9 years old when he started to play the violin.
Really? How did he learn to play? No, did he take lessons from somebody or?
Well, yes, and more so just his. It wasn't lessons. Yes, there was lessons in it too. Edgar was only very small when he played first. And then Arnold was the next boy. He was they were the two oldest.
Mm-hmm.
And Arnold used to play the guitar. And by that, there seemed to be lots of music around at that time. There was other older men, some of them could play the violin, and some of them.
And they would play for the dances and
yes,
that you had?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. It used to be great.
Did they play then for a number of years, or?
Yes, they
yes,
did.
They kept it up, did they?
Yeah, they did. And then once the boys went away, they went away to Ontario to work. They used to play up there for a while. And in fact, Edgar's plays yet. He plays an awful lot yet. Dances.
And about how old would he be now?
He's about Edgar is he's 52 or 3, I think.
Mm-hmm. And he's still quite active with it.
He plays, yes. And Arnold plays the guitar. And now they're kind of separated. Well, Arnold got married.
Did they play together, like at dances and weddings and things like that, or?
Yeah.
So they played publicly?
Yes, he played publicly, yeah.
Were there any others that were musical in the family as well?
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, the very oldest one I know is Roderick McClellan. He lived there, and he was a musician. And he used to play an awful lot of dances and things that were going on, you know. And then there was all those younger fellows. Charlie Tuplin was one. He's died now. He died in the war, I think, the time of the war. And then there's all down further towards Malta, there used to be Charlie, not Charlie. There was Jim Bearstone and Charlie Woodside, and it seemed to be, I don't know, it seemed to be a lot at that time.
Did could you say that there were more in the Irish or more in the Scottish settlers than one or the
well,
other?
There was the Indian River, mostly the two families came out from the old country, and they started a Scottish settlement in the Indian River, and they were there for a long time. Well, they took part in all the entertainment too, you know, and after they got established, there was quite a few.
Do you remember the names of the two families that came out?
There were McClellans. John McClellan and John and what was the other fellow's name? Well, there was Roger, but I don't know whether he was the real old ones. But he was an old man when I was a youngster going around. And then who was the ones that went to Grand River? There was, I think Angus was one of the ones. And I just can't think what the other fellow's name. Stephen was a moon somewhere.
Were they great churchgoers?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah. There is a big church in the Indian River, one of the oldest on the island. A lovely big church. And I hear lately that they're fixing it up this summer, so it'll be one of the real old ones coming to the fore again.
Did you play any instruments yourself, or?
I played the organ in the Indian River Church for 55 years. For
55 years?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
You must have enjoyed that then.
Yes, I really enjoyed. I enjoy music. I'm a real, although I never had any quantity of music myself. I always played so.
Do you remember how old you were when you started playing it, or playing the organ?
Oh, about 14 or so.
Had you been playing at home or anything before that, or?
Well, we were. My father was a church man. He was sung in the church and played. Played for Sunday Mass and even morning Masses.
Did he teach you to play, or?
No, he didn't teach me to play because might have been a little younger than that when I first took music. I only took about what you call 2/4 in them days. But
you were able to pick up a lot from that.
yes, yeah. Well, my father was musical, and he didn't teach us much music, but he like taught in the choir, and the like of that they used to say. He was an altar boy, and after he was an altar boy, he shifted into the choir, and from then on he was choir master for a number of years.
And was he born on the island?
Yeah.
Yes, in Indian River?
Claremont.
That's near Indian River.
The next district. His father came out from Ireland, I think. Yes. Yeah, he and his brothers and sisters were all born on the island. But their relation to the ones in Ireland where he was, his older people were in Ireland.
So it would be your grandfather that came.
My grandfather.
Do you have any idea what part of Ireland he came from, or?
I did know now. Well, I reckon somewhere around Cork, I think it was.
And did your grandmother come out as well? Like, was she married at that time to him, or did he marry somebody from the island, or? Do you remember?
I think I think that no, I wouldn't say now whether she was born before she came or not. But
do you remember any old Irish stories that were passed down to you from your grandparents or your parents?
Well, no, not so much, because, well, here lately I've had a stroke, and it's been 2 years since I'm just really not over the last points of it yet. It's about 2 years, but no, I wouldn't remember any stories, I don't think, at present.
Did you find that the Irish people were very superstitious, or did you find that in your own family?
Well, no, I don't think so. Not too much.
They didn't believe in forerunners or anything like that, eh? We've had conflicting reports. Some people say they were very superstitious, while others say they weren't.
Well, I don't know as far as I'm concerned, but I don't believe. As far as I'm concerned, I don't.
You don't think they were?
No.
A lot of it, I suppose, was just stories that were passed around.
Yes, yeah. By the neighbors and so forth.
Were the Irish you said there was good churchgoers in the Indian River anyway.
Yes,
They were very faithful.
Yeah,
in that.
they were mostly Scottish. Their families, but then there were others who Hickey. There weren't very many. Yes, there was quite a few when I come to remember it. There's quite a few families in the Hickeys too. Oh, Indian River District used to be really full of people, you know, at that time after.
Would the Hickeys be all related somewhere along the line? Like, would it be cousins?
They were. Yeah, what was there. Then there's another bunch of Hickeys that they lived more out towards Darnley. They were another portion, but they weren't the same.
They weren't from the same line? They weren't relatives?
Well,
or?
No, not altogether. It might have been a way out. Not altogether.
Did the family spread out quite a bit after that then, did they? Through the district, different districts?
They spread out, yes. There was a lot. One time Indian River was a real sickly southern place. But right at the present time, it's got down pretty low now. It's not very many families in the land is there the same, but a lot of the families have left and gone to other places, you know.
Why do you suppose they did that? Like, do you think you...
Well, to get different work, I guess, and the like of that, mostly.
Suppose when they first came with the roads not very good and that, it wouldn't be good for traveling. And
there'd be hardly any roads.
And the farms wouldn't be as big then, so you could get more people in.
Yes,
you know,
they gradually got more people in because it was all clear land just before they took off and went someplace else.
Have you ever heard that the families that come over, did they have money or did they usually come over fairly poor, like the first settlers?
I think the first ones that came over were more or less surveying because they weren't any quantity of them. There'd be like some boatloads would come, but those would scatter out to different parties.
So they weren't that well off, the ones that
No, I don't think so. I don't think any of them were. It was mostly all woods, you know, what they came to, and they gradually cleared the land.
Would they buy up the land, or did they rent it?
No, they did. They'd have to rent it or something. They wouldn't buy it because they weren't altogether that rich.
So can you tell me a little bit about the Indian River?
Yeah. Well, yes. I could have a little while back, but I don't know how much. Oh, I've studied because I've got quite forgetful of this stroke has kind of got me.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember when the church was, when they first built it or anything like that? Or
Built it? Yes. It was opened in 1902.
it is
That's
quite
the
old.
last church, the one that's there now. But the one before that was burnt in 96.
1896.
Yeah, 1896. And so Father Gillis was a young man then, and he had just came to the parish not too long before that, and he got right to work and built a new church.
Did he come from the old country or?
No, he
No?
was born here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's some of the, well, his relations are in Indian River too. There's some of his, the back former men were his relatives.
Mm-hmm. So he started the project of building the new church then after the other one built
He started the project,
or burnt.
and they built it, and it was opened in 92.
Was it a big church when it was open? Like, was it big
Yeah.
for that time, or?
Yeah, it was big for that time. It held 100 families attended there. There was there's a lot of them gone now.
Would Mass just be held once on Sundays, or would it be held? Would it just be held once on Sundays, or would it be held at different times during the day, or?
Yeah, it was held. There was 2 masses
2 masses?
on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And the families that came, would they be big families? Instead of held like 100 families, would
Yes,
they be?
yeah, some of them were. Them days they used to be, well, there'd be as many as, some would have 15 children, like that. Today, a lot of them don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, there was quite a scope of territory around there that created the parish, like, you know. Oh, it came from 8 and 10 miles some.
Even during the winter?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In the winter, of course, the lot that wouldn't go. They just wouldn't go. They'd be home.
Mm-hmm.
There'd only be perhaps one, whatever a sleigh or wagon would hold. They'd go to church, and the rest wouldn't go sometimes.
Suppose it would be very difficult to get there during the winter.
Oh, it would, yes. Yeah, there was snowbanks pretty high.
Do you know how the church was financed? Did the people pay to build it, or?
Yeah, paid well. They paid it all. It was finished, I think at the time, I wouldn't be sure, but I think at the time that it was opened, it was all paid for.
And did they help build it as well? Or would they help with the building of it?
Yeah. Yeah, but they all took part in the payment and the work.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there was the two carpenters, I think, that were the principal ones, like, you know.
And does the church today, does it stand pretty much the way it was then, or have
Yes.
there been additions added onto
No,
it? Or?
No, it's pretty well the way it was then. But it's all in good condition, but it won't be too long if they don't do something to it. So it seems that this summer they're going
Do something to
to
keep
do
it.
something new to it, you know,
Mhm.
whatever it is will be.
Was it just mainly Scotch and Irish settlers in the area, or were there quite a few
Well,
different families?
there was more than Scots and Irish. There were some Indians. There was a lot of Indians who used to live not too far from there, and they attended Indian River Church.
Did they?
Yeah.
They had been converted then to
Yeah.
Christianity, had they?
Yeah.
Was there ever, did they go to the schools as well, or did they go to the schools? The Indian children, would they attend the schools?
Yes.
With the Scotch and the Irish?
They attended the school too.
Was there ever any problem, like, with prejudice or anything like that? Like, or,
No, I didn't know any. We just all went together, like.
mm-hmm. Not usually the kids that start that anyway, it's the adults.
Yes, you said it. Some older people think they're better than the others. That's the way it happens.
Mm-hmm. Was there ever any problem between the Scots and the Irish, like, you know?
Oh,
like
yes. At various times there would be.
It wasn't there all the time, though, was it?
No, not to stay, you know, it was just
something that come up
like
once in a
you
while.
were better than me, but like that.
Was there anything ever serious came out of any of it? Like, there'd be fights and stuff, I would imagine, but...
No, well, I don't know now. I don't think so in Indian River. But it could have been little things that I've forgotten.
There was nothing like the Belfast riot, though, nothing on that scale.
No, I don't think so now.
Just some hard feelings that come out once in a while.
Yes, yeah. There used to be a lot of Indian camps there handy in the Indian River, handy the shore there, because there was water all around it. And there used to be a lot of Indians camp there.
Were they allowed to camp there, no problems? Or
No problems, no.
Did they pretty much keep to themselves and keep their own customs and everything, or?
Well, now I I don't think there was any problems in that regard. Not as far as I know, perhaps.
Do you remember anything that came up in over the Scotch and the Irish that you remember? Or, was there ever anything that they fought about, any particular point? Or
Yeah. Well, no, I don't. I do not know. There was enough.
Strawberry social. July the 10th.
would there usually be drink involved when they'd get into these little spats? And
Yeah, we used to be quite a bit of drinking around. Earlier, way back, earlier, but they kind of got over that. But in fact, some of the people are so scarce in Indian River now, there's not so many of them to drink and do those things. But I don't think so, as far as I can recall.
drinking never really caused any problems, did it? Or it was just sort of a pastime? Or?
Just, yes, yeah. Overloaded pastime sometimes.
Did you play the organ other than in the church? Would you play at anything that was public, like, other than the masses or weddings? Or?
Well, I sung Mass there for a long time, and I went to other churches and a lot of times and sung Mass too. Father Gillis at one time had the parish out in smaller parish. It was out in Summerfield. It's now called Summerfield. We used to call it Freetown. And he used to go out there. He used to have 3 masses one day. He'd have Summerfield and Kensington. He started a little parish in Kensington between, and then came to Indian River for the main Mass.
And he had to do all 3 of them?
All 3 of them, yeah.
That would be quite some distance to travel in the run of the
Yes,
day.
there, and he did it till he was an old man.
Really? Can you remember anything else about the families up there? Or?
Oh, I do and I don't. The little book I have, it takes in a lot of those things in it.
Sound used to last with us.
Oh, who's coming?
mainly from Claremont, the Driscolls?
Yes, they were, the family that he was born belonged to was my father's family, you know, the same family.
Mm-hmm.
There was 14 in our family. T.A., as we used to call him, he was the youngest of the 14. He was 7 years younger than his youngest sister. And but him and Joe was an older brother, and Joe was Percy's father.
Mm-hmm.
He was an older brother. He's a good bit older. T.A. was the youngest of the family, and he was 7 years younger than his next sister.
Mm-hmm. 14, that's a large family.
Yeah.
Were there quite a few large families in that
Oh,
area?
yes, yeah. There was a lot of large families at that time.
Do you think it was because people needed, they needed the help on the farms
Yes,
and things like that?
yeah. And farming was the mainstay for everybody that was able at that time. Was the most. It is yet too. It's the mainstay yet. Farming
In that area, anyway.
in all over Prince Edward Island.
Mm-hmm.
The most of it is farmland.
Were your family was always farmers?
Mm-hmm. What?
Your family was always in the farming business, were
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, they were in the farming business.